We started in the middle of the ocean, with $0 in the account and big plans. Welcome to another episode of the 1 vs 1 series on the islands with FS Master. This is episode 4, and the plan for today is simple: to create a brand new island, something much bigger than what I managed to build before. Of course, there are going to be huge problems, because terrain editing while recording this episode is just working terribly. But I'll try to get this island built, and FS Master will definitely want to make something too. We'll see, maybe it won't be that bad. Maybe it won't blow up the whole server. Leave a sub if you haven't done so yet. As you can see, I managed to mow the field already during the greeting and intro, so we're really working at lightning speed here. Our sawmill has also managed to produce planks for us. We don't have furniture yet, just planks for now, but of course we need to sell those too. Speaking of selling, I just sold all the grain I harvested at the start and made over $5,000. Despite this, I'm still $40,000 in the red. We need to make an effort to get out of this debt. If you want to play on this map, you can check out my Patreon. If you're my patrons, you have access to everything, all my maps and mods I use. I'm wondering if all of this will fit on the trailer. I'll eventually need to buy something better, but minus $40,000 in the account definitely doesn't make shopping easier. That's all I can say. I'm trying to arrange it to fit more, but the more I try, the more it falls off. It's better to make 2 trips and arrive whole than to lose 50% of the load on the way. This factory should give us quite a cash boost, and maybe that way we'll catch up with the FS Master, as his initial episodes went a bit better. He put in more effort, and maybe I adjusted a bit too slowly to how one earns in this farming. But now I know what I need to do. There will be lots of greenhouses, lots of factories, not just silage. As you can see, I sold the first shipment and I'm already $16,000 in the black. That comes to about $56,000 for a full trailer. And actually, I only sold about 1/3 of what the sawmill produced. It's a pretty good deal with this sawmill, no complaints there. As I expected, waste is also produced, namely sawdust, and sawdust can be sold too. Extra money always comes in handy. For now, I'll stack these smaller pallets, and I'll leave those long planks. I won't be selling them for now. I don't need to. I also need to deal with the trees and the terrain, because my goal is to create a new island. Any island really, it doesn't even have to be huge, as long as I can build something. From what I know, FS Master has plans for a big island, a very big island. So honestly, I'm a little worried about what will happen to the server. Will it all not explode? Because unfortunately, that's a possibility. It could all just explode at any moment. Crossing the water will soak these planks a bit, but maybe no one at the collection point will notice the wood is slightly wet. We already have over 100,000, specifically 110,000, and we still have bales to collect and sell, so there should be quite a bit more coming from this. I'll send a worker to prepare the field for sowing. I hope he'll manage this time, because last time he finished the job before he really started doing anything. He probably went around once and that's it. We're taking the equipment for sawdust. The last trees that are still here need to be cut down and put in the chipper, because there are still quite a few trees. Only the smaller ones are so troublesome. It's just hard to work with them. I'm starting the chipper and going with the first tree. I'll be loading 3 at a time, because I've mastered this technique quite well. As you can see, it's going quite smoothly. The tree is in 3 parts and everything gets chipped right away. With these small bushes, it's even worse than with big trees. The chipper doesn't want to take them in, but it should. Okay, never mind. We'll throw in a big log, it will definitely push the rest and everything will get chipped. I think it will soon be time to sell. Actually, maybe not. This trailer still has some room. Before, I didn't care and would load it onto the small trailer, and the rest stayed in the chipper. So now from one extreme to another. I want to go sell with an empty trailer, and before it was 20 times more packed. It's already empty on the island. There's not much left to cut down. The worker finished the job perfectly. For now, that's enough for us. How much do we have here? 93,000 liters of sawdust. Litrów wiórów. I'll park it and try to load more sawdust from the factory. there was quite a bit of it. In total, we have 111,000 liters. That's quite a lot of waste collected. For a not fully loaded trailer of wood chips, we got 181,000. That's quite a substantial amount. I definitely need a self-loading bale trailer now, so I don't have to collect everything manually anymore. I'm renting the trailer for $2,575 a month. We're moving with this equipment, and I think it's time to start creating some island, but we'll see. For now, I'll just gather all the bales lying here, and then we can move on to the next tasks. We'll definitely need to send a worker to sow this field, and the other one I prepared in the previous episode. The grass is lying uncollected, but I'll gather that with the next mowing. We're selling the bales. So, here's the thing. 24,000 zloty for this transport. Well, it's not as impressive as the profits from the wood I sold earlier, but I have 308,000 in the account, so that's quite a lot. I'm returning the machines I won't need anymore. Now we can send a worker to sow. What should we sow here? Wheat. Let it be wheat. We could buy some chickens, although I'm not particularly drawn to chickens right now. I prefer greenhouses. It has always been profitable and still is. Whether in farming 22 or farming 25, greenhouses work as they should. We're packing everything. Unfortunately, I only have one greenhouse for now. I'll need to build more, but we'll manage that somehow. We're selling the greenhouse products and some cash should flow in. 38,000. That's quite a lot. The greenhouse has already paid for itself several times over. I'm planting trees in advance, so they'll be ready for the next day after fast forwarding time, obviously for cutting. We're planting store-bought trees because in farming 25, natural trees are worse than in farming 22. You can't speed them up, so there's no point in planting them normally because they grow incredibly slowly. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, I encourage you to subscribe. There's a big subscribe button on the screen. You can click it and it'll be nice. I'll definitely be happy, and I think you will be too, because there will be many interesting videos. This is just the beginning, so the episodes will get better and better. Let's hope so. I started mowing. Luckily, my mower already automatically rakes the grass into rows. I won't have to rake it all with a rake, just immediately use the FS Master that wraps the bale in plastic for fermentation. As you might have noticed, under the grass I'm mowing, there are already rows of mowed grass. That's because I left them after the last mowing, and now I'm mowing the grass in the same place, and I'll collect it all at once. I wonder what FS Master is scheming on his island now. I don't know if he's started building another island yet or not. From what I see, he's sowing something right now. He came to the store with a seeder, so he's not creating an island yet. At least nothing indicates that. I'll quickly check how it looks with that big chipper. Is it worth buying? I don't think so. I think my chipper is enough because FS Master just bought that big chipper on a truck and came to steal my wood. Since he's stealing my wood, I'll pretend I don't see it and start creating an island, and then I'll take back from his island what he stole from me with some interest for the loan. But as you can see, creating an island works terribly. I'm waving this brush and nothing is reacting. Money is flowing from the account, and it's unclear for what exactly. And it will keep editing like this for a few more minutes even though I stopped doing anything a while ago. It's just awful when it comes to terrain editing. It works terribly. I'll replace my greenhouse. I don't want the one I had before. Look what's happening with this island. It really works horribly. It's already eaten up 150,000 and the island looks like nothing has changed. It's still as tiny as before and I even lowered it. It might turn out that we'll be working in the water. Water may sometimes flood the island, but luckily in farming it doesn't matter. Normally that wouldn't work, but in the game you can easily work knee-deep in water. I was going to cut this out, but decided to show it to you. You know what happened? Suddenly all the USB components disconnected from my computer. The controller went crazy, the tractor went crazy, the farming went crazy, and I started driving in circles. Luckily, just in circles and not all the way to the other side of the map, which actually happened to FS Master in one of the episodes. When FS Master got kicked off the server, his tractor just kept driving forward, far into the water. Fortunately, it's shallow, so he didn't drown, but he had quite a way to come back. That's for sure. I'm making some bales here, and soon we might be able to finish creating this island. Maybe the game will allow us. Quite a few bales should come out. As you can see, the neighbor has already left with the wood transport from my island. I don't know why this neighbor has to keep stealing from my island. You have your own, and yet you're stealing here. I guess he wants his island to look nice, so he steals from me. What factories could we buy? Furniture, we could use furniture. I'll place them somewhere here next to the existing factory. We're taking out a loan because that's what we agreed with FS Master. $1 million for creating the island and general investments. That came from my neighbor's initiative because he wanted to create a big island and decided that since the game works as it does, we just have to take a loan to create the island. Maybe we can pay it back later, just to have something to play on because there's really no land here. No land, there's nothing to do without that loan. But I have an idea for something that will give me a big cash injection, and that's how I'll pay off the loan. Maybe there'll be enough for another island to create. As you can see, the money keeps leaving the account. I edited this passage, to make it nice to drive through. Now the money isn't leaving anymore. It stopped. You can edit further. I'm placing the factory I mentioned, but this ditch is in the way. I don't want to level the terrain because it just doesn't work. Plus, FS Master is also editing and creating his island right now. Even though only one person is doing it, the lag is gigantic. As you can see, I placed the factory. Oh wait, it actually got placed. I wanted to say I'm placing a factory and nothing happens. It's hanging in the air. The ground isn't preparing beneath it. But no, this time it worked. I'll start everything, switch to distributing goods to my furniture factory, and I think I'll place a greenhouse here, this time with mushrooms. As you can see, nothing is happening. I'm placing it, but the land isn't leveling. This is because of the terrain editing. FS Master is creating his island right now, and nothing is working for me. Even placing the greenhouse doesn't want to work. Oh, now it appeared. I guess he stopped editing and it started working. It immediately leveled all the land around the greenhouse. For nearly $1 million, I placed the greenhouse, and now they all need to be set to automatic selling. Let it somehow sell automatically. I don't know how they'll get in there, I don't know how they'll take it, but honestly, I don't care. The important thing is that the money will be coming into the account. The last pass, this row and the row next to it, and then we can probably move on to cutting down trees. We definitely need to fill the sawmill. We definitely need to deliver wood to the sawmill and the furniture factory. The sawmill distribution will work automatically, but I can also add regular wood to make it a bit faster and last longer. Let's start by selling wood chips. For now, chips. Later, I want to fill the sawmills, but I'll throw in the uglier trees there. I'll choose the ugliest ones possible and throw everything in there. But for now, let's tidy up here a bit. In this episode, I didn't plant many trees, but I planted so many before that it's now hard to move around freely here. I just need to watch out so the neighbor doesn't place his trailer here, because he's going to be scheming. I'll reveal that this whole series is just neighbors bothering each other. Actually, the neighbor was bothering me more. He not only steals wood from the island, but also sneaks his trailer under mine, so I end up dumping onto it, then he sells it and makes money. And I don't pay attention, and sometimes I miss it. As I said, the ugliest tree goes to the sawmill. I'll remove this stump so it doesn't get in my way. I'll also throw in this tree. I've run out of those ugly trees. I wanted to throw this in too, but as you can see, it won't fit entirely. I need to cut it into smaller parts and try to fill the sawmill to 100%. The sawmill is full. 100,000 liters of wood are waiting to be processed into planks. We keep grinding. We have $2,000 in the account. The neighbor is probably building a big island there already. Luckily you can't see it here, but during terrain editing there's such lag on the server and few frames. I worried the whole episode during recording that it would look terrible, but from what I see in fast forward, you can't see it at all. That's good, because it could have really looked bad without the fast forward. How much more can fit on the trailer? Probably still plenty of space, so let's keep cutting. I wonder what the neighbor is up to over there. Maybe we can scout the area and they won't chase us away. Although I don't visit him too often. Almost never. He visits my island quite often, so I should return the favor and go there too. Maybe borrow some chips. I'll load the last tree and we'll go sell everything. Our account has gone into the red. Unfortunately, again. And things were finally looking good. 300,000 in the account and it's in the red again. But that will change very quickly. I've ground everything I wanted. Now I'm heading straight to the market to sell the load and get out of the red. As you can see, I made 184,000 PLN from this trailer full of wood chips. Now I'm turning on all the greenhouses and need to set them to automatic selling, turn on the irrigation and so on to get everything producing. There are so many greenhouses, it's hard to keep track of everything. The worker finished sowing, so I'm hopping in the tractor to take it back to my parking area where all my machines are. I'll grab a mower because I have a good idea. I'll make grass on the new island. It will be an island with grass. That's the plan. And I might be mowing in the water because this island seems a bit submerged. But we'll manage. I'm not afraid of the water here. Let's go. Is there a reasonable passage here? Not too shallow, not too deep. As you can see, the water is splashing under the wheel. We're working in the water. Although it's strange because this land is above the water, it must be some waves coming in, and that's why there's water all over the island. Otherwise, I don't know how to explain it. If the land is above the water, why is there water on the island? Why are we mowing the grass in the water? Never mind. The most important thing is we have 163,000 in the account. We can still invest it somehow. We'll finish mowing and move on immediately, as there's still plenty to do. But that's for the next episode. Subscribe to the channel and see you next time.